Static RAM. What is a static RAM? Static RAM in the sense SRAM or static RAM. Okay. What is the difference between RAM and ROM? As you have already known, right? See here, in SRAM, one word is written at a location, it remains stored as long as power is applied to the chip, unless the same location is written again. That means you can write a word into that particular location as long as the power is applied. Suppose if the power lost, you want to write again, okay, into that particular data. That is called, see, whereas in dynamic RAM, the data stored in each location must be refreshed periodically. See, this is what some of the differences between SRAM and DRAM. Okay. In SRAM, if suppose power is removed, whatever the data that is stored, that will be erased. But whereas in dynamic RAM, you need some refresh cycle. Okay, in order to store that data, you need to refresh for every 10 seconds or 10 milliseconds or 20 milliseconds, like that. See, volatile memory, most ROMs lose their memory when power is removed. That, as I said, these are volatile memory. Okay, whereas ROM is a non-volatile memory. It helps to store the data as long as power is there. Non-volatile memory, okay, like old style magnetic core memories or modern static memories, that will be holding their data. Okay, that is called your old style magnetic memories or non-volatile memories. But whereas now you see most of the RAMs are volatile memories. What is static RAM inputs and outputs? As you have already known your ROM, right? In ROM, if you see here, what it will be having? ROM, it will be having address inputs, okay, data outputs, as well as some control inputs. Okay, this is your ROM. How it is going to differ with the RAM? See here, in RAM you have address lines as well as the data input. You are providing data to the RAM. That means you can write data, right? So, if you want to write the data, you have to provide data. So, you need data input lines as well as these are your control lines as well as data output. See, only one difference is that ROM will not have data inputs, whereas RAM will be having some data inputs. The only difference between RAM and ROM, right. And 2 power n by b RAM. Okay. See, this is your D latch, as I hope you can able to see. This is your D latch, D is your input, Q will be your output, C. Okay. Depending upon your control input, your data will be available at the output. Okay, D latch. So, if you see here, okay, see, if suppose write enable pin is activated, so whatever the data is there, that you are writing into your D latch. Okay. If suppose if selection pin is enabled, that means you are enabling it. At the same time, this selection pin will be given to your output buffer. That means if this is active low, it indicates that whatever the data that is there, you can access the data. If this selection pin is 0, so whatever the data that is already stored previously, you can access the data. If suppose this selection pin is 1, if this selection pin is 1, it indicates that you cannot access the data. So, you cannot access the data, this buffer, you cannot access the data from the D latch. Okay. That is what is all about. Here you have selection input and write enable input as well as input to the D latch. As if you want to write the data, you will be enabling write enable input and input lines, whatever the data. If you want to read the data, you are disabling this write enable, you are making selection line to be 1, selection line to be 0. So, this 0 pin will be activated here. So, whatever the data that is already stored, you can access the data, right. That is nothing but read and write operation, both read and write operation can be performed. So, how it is going to perform? If you want to write the data, you will enable write enable input. Whatever the data will be given, that will be stored. That is not one bit, right. See here, we have already seen like only one cell, right. Here if you see the array of cells, there are more number of cells that are arranged according to row and column. If you see, this is your word line, okay. These are your word lines, these are your bit lines, this also your bit line, this and this, both these both are will be your bit lines. So, if you want to write the data into it or whether you want to read the data into out of that cells by using bit lines you can do. Okay. If you want to access that particular cell will be done with the help of word line. Okay. So, if you want to access this whole word lines, these whole cells will be done with the help of word lines. Okay. If you want to write the data into that will be held with the help of bit lines. If you want to read the data from that particular cell will be held with the help of bit lines. Okay. These are like word lines and bit lines. See, coming here, you have 3 to 8 decoder. Okay. There are 3 inputs, that means 3 address lines like A0, A1, A2. 3 address lines means how many possible combinations you will be getting, like 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, like that, like total possible 8 possible outcomes. So, each possible outcome only one line will be activated high, as you know that, right. See, if suppose I provide all 0, 0, 0. So, this pin will be activated low, remaining all will be in high state, right, because this is your active low pins. So, when this is activated low, this indicates that you are accessing this word line. Okay, this word line is activated low. So, whatever the data input that you can write the data into it. See, now you are providing data input by enabling write input. This write enable input will be done with the help of write enable. If you suppose write enable is 0, it indicates you have write enable, you are writing the data into that particular cells. Those cells will be activated, you are writing the data into that particular cells. Okay. See, if you want to read the data, as this word line is activated high, will be this is activated low, so selection pin is also low, okay, and data will be accessed at the output. At the same time, as even though data is accessed at the output, but see here output enable pin should be active low. If suppose this is active low 0, then only whatever the data that is there in that particular cell will be accessed at the output. See, this is your chip select as well as output enable. If output enabled, then only you can access the data, you can read the data. If suppose you want to write the data, you have to enable this line, right, write line should be enabled. So, even though if you want to write the data, even though you want to read the data, chip select must be asserted. See here, like combination you have connected. So, chip select must be asserted for writing that data into that particular chip. Chip select must be asserted for reading the data from that particular chip. See, these are the timing parameters of static read. This is your read operation and write operation. How it is going to see here? See, as data address is available, chip select is available, and output is enabled. Okay, it is taking some time to get your valid data. This is indicates your TAA. As I have already said, that is nothing but time access time from the chip select, that address available. TAA, that is access time from the address available. At the same time, you can also see here, even though chip is selected, output is enabled, but you are getting some valid data after some time. After the chip is selected, you are getting your valid data after some time. This is called your TACS. Okay. This is all your read operation, that means whatever the data that is there, you are accessing it. Okay. See here, your output is disabled, even though output is disabled, you are getting some data, okay, that is your output disabled data time. Okay. At the same time, even though address is not available, see here, address is not available, but you are getting some valid data. This indicates your TOH, output hold time. Okay, address is not available, it is holding the data, that is your output hold time. Okay. Output is enabled, even output is enabled, but you are not getting your data. You are getting some invalid data, but after some time period. It is called your TOE. So, that is your read operation. What about your write operation? See, coming here, your chip select is low, and see here you are activating here, that means you are enabling here, that means write input is high. So, when write input is high, chip select is asserted, address is available, then only you can write the data into that particular chip. Okay. Right, I can see here, address is stable, write enable is asserted, your chip select is asserted, then only you can write the data into that particular address. Again, if you see here, write enable, if you see here, write enable is deasserted, that means you are not asserting your write enable. You are not asserting your write enable. Even though chip select is also not asserted, but it is going to write some data, that is your TAH. So, address is available, in that particular address it is writing some valid data. Okay, write operation. And see, this is all about your write operation. This is your synchronous SRAM. What is the synchronous SRAM and difference between SRAM as well as synchronous SRAM? In synchronous SRAM, we have a clock provided with everything, like clock is given to address register, clock is given to control register, and the clock is provided to the input register also. Basically, you have address register as well as input register. Data will be available to the input register. You have data input and output bus, a dual bus, right. You can access the data, you can insert the data into the RAM using data input output bus. Okay. Suppose you want to write the data into this, only this direction will be activated high, this direction will not be asserted. That means only whatever the data, here see here, DIO, that means data input output bus. Input output bus is a bidirectional bus. Okay. See here, what happens, see, as address register you are providing your address and your chip is enabled. See, address line ADSL, that is nothing but your address line. Address line should be active low. Okay, that is nothing but you are accessing that chip with the help of chip select, chip enable. Okay. When this chip enable is asserted, then whatever the address that is there, that will be given to the RAM. Okay. And control input, write enable input. Okay. This control input and write enable input will be given. If suppose it is not writing, so you can read the data. If you want to read the data, if suppose it is not writing the data, then it will be given to the read data. So, what happens? This will be asserted. So, whatever the data that is there, you can read the data only in this direction. You can read the data from that memory to the output. If you want to write the data, what happens? This you can write the data, like whatever the data is there, that will be given. Okay, this direction will be activated, whereas this direction will not be activated. That means you cannot, that it will be providing 0 here. So, what happens? You cannot access whatever the data that is there, you cannot access that. Only in devices with pipelined outputs. So, whatever the data that you can take it, or whether you can keep it with the help of data input output bus and control logic. With the help of control logic only you can control the whole thing. Whether if you want to write the data into that particular array, okay, this control logic will be telling, okay, you want to write the data as the address is provided, as the data is provided, That means, so write enable indicates you have to write the data. So whatever the data that will be given, that will be placed in that particular address. If suppose write enable is deasserted, you are not writing the data, that means you want to read the data, as address will be provided by the address register will be providing the address to the memory. So in that memory, in that particular address, whatever the data that is there, that will be fed out, okay, to the data input output bus with the help of clock cycles. So depending upon your clock cycles, it is going to be activated. When clock is high, you are getting the data. If clock is low, you cannot get the data. This is your DRAM. DRAM, see here, you can see this 0 indicates nothing but 0 is being stored. You want to, capacitor is fully charged, it is nothing but 1 is written. Now the capacitor starts discharging slowly, and now whatever the data that is stored, that is output. Now again the bit lines are pre-charged. See, using refresh cycles, whatever the bit lines that are pre-charged, so you will be 1 is written. Again now the capacitor starts slowly discharging. Again with the help of refresh cycles, the bit lines are pre-charged, okay, but as well as the capacitor starts discharging. So whatever the data you want to store, that will be altered. So you want to have that data to be retained like that. You want the data to be retained like that. So by using refresh cycles, you can retain the data as long as the power is there.